You can never plan for the future by the past. Hey there, how's it going, you guys? Thanks for joining me. I'll be your host, Eugene Forrest. So, guess what we got going on today with another episode of Bitcoin and Coffee? We got my co-host, Samantha, over here, taking care of the chat.
Good evening, everyone.
So, Samantha, I couldn't run through that morning spiel without getting you here in the beginning of all of this. Bitcoin, right? The price. We consolidated right there before $10,000 for like an entire day, it seemed like. Everybody was biting their nails, wondering if we were going to make or break it over $10,000. And lo and behold, we do. We go shooting up, breaking 11, getting up to $11,153, I think it was, is what I seen the top at, which is nice. Profit taken, right? Retracement. We're going to have that. Yeah. But we're sliding backwards. We're seeing 10,500 right now. I'd like to see some sideways action. I'd like to see some consolidation. I would like to see a whole 10,000 at least. What about you? Where are you on this? What are your thoughts? What are you thinking? Are you thinking that everybody should be selling half their Bitcoin right now because we're going to be falling back down there? Or do you think that, I mean, don't take a penny because we're going to be going upwards after we make a little sideways action?
I mean, don't sell all your Bitcoin or half your Bitcoin, don't you? I think that Bitcoin is worth way more than $10,000, and that, I mean, it's inevitable. So I'm very hoardy when it comes to that. I just, you know.
But you got to take profit sometimes. I mean, everybody gets a mortgage. There's bills to pay. There's always retracement. I mean, you know, it's always from when you sold to when you can buy back in, you know, not lose the Bitcoin, but take a little bit of fiat right off the top.
I don't know. I think you can go higher, and that people shouldn't be greedy.
All right. All right. So you want to pull Coin Pack Rica? You want to take a look at these markets? You want to see how bad these altcoins are doing? Because you know what? The ocean's rising, but these ships, I think they might be taking on some water at this point because they're not quite going up as fast. All right, let's see. What do we got here? Oh, Bitcoin slipping down a little bit more. $10,488. That's up only 5.8% at the moment, holding on to an 18.8% gain for the last 7 days. We got Ethereum at $303. Everybody's excited it's over $300. Let's see if they can hold on to it, right? As Bitcoin slides backwards. A lot of the altcoins, you know, high tide, ships, all of that. 4% for the day. 12% in the last 7 days. XRP, 46 cents. Long ways from the dollar it was at a year ago, right? Mm-hmm. It's up 6% right now, up 14% on the 7 day. Look at that Litecoin, $140, moving in the upward direction. Do we got more to go? Is it going to rally? I mean, when is that happening? It's close.
Real close.
2% for the 7 day. Not looking at those double digits like everybody else. Bitcoin Cash, 471, up 8.7%, 12.3% on the 7 day. Nice, right?
Yeah.
There you go, over your $7 mark. Making some profits for you at $7.36. Up 5%, 6% for the week. BNB token not really moving. Down 1.7%, 15% on the 7 day.
Well, I mean, they gained so much, I guess. At least they're not going backwards. So.
I mean, look at the market cap, though. $319 billion. BTC dominance finally getting back up there. I'd like to see it in the 70%. I mean, hey, you know, this BTC dominance is actually different than what we're seeing, because what they do here with this coin market cap is they take whatever circulating supply is and they multiply it by whatever price they have at the exchange. So, I mean, when you take all 2,000 different coins or whatever, it's not really, you know, there's a lot that are locked up. There's lost coins. There's all these different variables. So if you were to look at that kind of a dominance, you would be looking at 70% or higher.
Yeah.
All right, let's just take a quick moment. Had a lot of complaining about our mic, or actually the lack thereof, right? So
the laptop mic.
We got a donational address at the bottom of this. I don't think YouTube can give us a strike for it. We're going to take a moment. We're going to go ahead and show this QR code. We're not trying to get a lot together, just enough to get a semi-decent mic, so we're not using a laptop mic. So hopefully you guys would like to listen to us a little bit more, because you know what? Talking about Bitcoin is how we spread awareness. Right, Samantha?
Yes.
All right. Now that sticks over. Let's stop that. Screen share. Let's pop out the backyard. Bring up the chat for you, Samantha.
Oh.
All right. Samantha, something attacking you again as always.
Yep. Always.
You gotta love Mother Nature, right?
Right.
She's gonna get hers one way or another.
Apparently I have amazing blood or something. I don't know.
So you want to check in on that chat? You want to see if there's anybody there? You want to see if we're actually spreading awareness, if we're making a difference out here, or if everybody's too busy looking at their block portfolio right now to take time out of their busy schedule to watch little old Eugene on the internet talking about Bitcoin.
Well, we have Bitcoin Hunter, Breaking Elegance.
All right.
Paul Rouleau. He
Paul
says
Rouleau.
back to where the price was when I got in a year and a half ago.
Nice, my man. I'm happy you got back in. I am not back in. I hope you got in, and I'm glad that you stayed in, and I'm glad that we could ride this bear market together, and I would like to ride this next bull market together, my friend. I mean, you've been here for quite a while. You've been a big supporter of the show, and I appreciate every single moment of it. There's a lot of thumbs up there from him, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. And a lot of funding for all of our
Flyers.
flyers.
Yeah. So, hey, you guys, please hit the thumbs up, share this video out. It's a great way to be able to help spread awareness, because we get out here as often as we possibly can. I was going to get out here last night, but I forgot our son is in color guard and had his Friday practice thing, and we had to take him to it and all of that kind of stuff. So,
Yep. That's what apparently he's going to be doing with his senior year.
yeah, I don't know why you signed up for things your senior year. I'd do nothing my senior year.
He has done nothing the rest of the time. So, kudos to doing it now.
So, any questions, any comments, anything you guys want to talk about tonight? I got a little bit of news to talk about. Of course, everybody's talking about the price. Everybody's wondering what's going to happen. They're wondering how far. I mean, once we started sliding backwards, right, and we started getting under that 10.7 mark, it's like, okay, we're really starting to retrace now. That's only been the last couple hours. So it's like, how far back are we going to slide? Are we going to drop below that $10,000 mark? Are we going to keep sliding backwards? Are we going to go further below? Or are we just going to consolidate here for a moment? That's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see us stay right here. 10.5 would be nice.
Yeah,
10.2, 10.150, that would also be okay with me.
As long as we stay above 10, I think we should be good.
Carry it through the weekend. Let tomorrow, let Monday. You know, it'd be nice. But hey, who am I? I'm just some guy out in the middle of the woods having a Heineken, talking about Bitcoin, being happy that for once I'm not down here trying to kick a dead horse and tell everybody how they need to buy Bitcoin as it's like $3,000 and it was $20. Nope. Back on our way to the top, getting ready for the bull run. I mean, do we got Libra coin to thank for this? I mean, I seen some fingers being pointed that way. I don't know. I knew that the momentum was building when we were right there below 10, and everyone was talking about how that FOMO was just going to happen on the other side, and as we can see, it did. But of course, healthy retracement is always a good plus. It looks like we broke the $10,000 barrier at 7:35 p.m. my time, Eastern Standard Time. 15 months. How long it took to get back there. Tone's staying a hold. I watched Tone Bays this morning too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Well, I didn't have to go to work, and you did, so I figured, why not?
Trash. It's like watching, Steve Wilkos or whatever.
He's looking for tops, I don't know. We got about $64.3 million worth of shorts that got liquidated. So that's to be expected. I mean, we literally just seen, I think it was Crypto Daily yesterday, talking about how these markets swing like this because whales get in there and they go and they cause these shorts to get liquidated, and that causes more upward momentum, causing these prices to spike up like this. And then they go ahead and take some profit off of it when it was up there at the 11.1. which causes it to slide back down to the 10.5 we're looking at now. So, I mean, this was unpredictable, but yet once it started, it was predictable.
And such is life.
Right, because it's I guess it's a Schroeder box, right? You don't know really what's in the box or what's going to happen, but once you do,
the outcome is like deemed, then yeah, you know what's gonna happen. Okay, so Bitcoin Hunter is now actually here because he wasn't here. He was before here when we weren't live yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, thank you for joining us. I'm glad that you're here.
Yes, it's better to be here than not here. Okay, so Shane Grady asked, at what point do you see, I'm getting bit right now, awesome. Do you see a spending option on Bitcoin and Litecoin after the hodl is over?
Say that again.
At what point do you see a spending option on
spending? Okay.
Spend money.
When are you going to spend some Litecoin?
Litecoin and Bitcoin after the hodl is over.
Oh, like how long do I think that we're actually going to be running around using Bitcoin to buy stuff with merchants instead of actually having to like go to Coinbase and cash it out into fiat in our bank accounts and then go ahead and buy what we want?
Not Lightning, it's Litecoin.
Yes, I know Litecoin. Okay. I mean, I think that realistically, I mean, to have a majority of people running around buying stuff with Bitcoin, we're looking at 10 years. Samantha, do you need to go do something to help yourself? Like no. The bug spray's right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Sorry, guys.
Well, you're dancing about over there. It's very distracting.
Just slightly. Okay. Bitcoin Hunter says, that's how goes it. Hey, guys. And BTC Moon Guy is here. He said, made it through my second beer. Feels good. And Shane Grady says, yes. So, yes, apparently your train of thought as opposed
well, I mean, when we talk about Bitcoin, you know, we're in it. I mean, it's kind of undeniable that we all want to make a little bit of money off of it. You know, that's why I try to cut corners to save a few dollars here and there because I know that every dollar I can save now, if I put it in cash, it's not going to do me any good retirement-wise. Yeah. But I mean, I'm not looking at an amazing retirement at the 9 to 5s I work now, but I know if I could save an extra $100 here and there and put it into Bitcoin, it'll be worth thousands in the future. Hopefully when I go to retire, considering I'm not 40 yet and I'm looking at 15 or more years from now.
Yeah, that's like early retirement time. So yeah.
Yes, I would like to stop working before my back is so bad that I'm like one of those old men you see in Walmart that's all hunched over. I don't want to be that guy. Like, I really don't want to be working like that.
All right. BTC Moon Guy says bear, not beer, because apparently I can't read, even though I haven't drank any beer. But I'm pumped. But yes, bear, as in those bears.
Yes, his second bear market. He's been in it for a minute.
Right.
It's part of it. I mean, that's why I always talk about buying or trying to accumulate as much Bitcoin as possible, right? Because it's the fact that when you do have these bull markets, right, we're going to go up. I don't know where we're going. Are we going to 20 again? Are we going to go on? Are we going to go 40? Are we going to go twice as high as we did last time before we have some pullback, right? Well, you want to unload some Bitcoin, not all of it, because you still got your eye on the prize 15 years down the road, but you want to unload a little bit of it to be able to help make it easier, get that car and have it paid off so that you don't have that extra payment, right? Make a little bit of extra payments on the mortgage so that when you are retired in 15 years, the place is paid off and you're not having to still make that mortgage payment. Buy that jet ski.
Never again will I love a jet ski.
I mean, it's all those little things. I mean, it's being able to just take that extra vacation, even, you know, work a little less.
Right.
Because it's all about that whole not having to spend 75% of your time working to what? To be able to go home and be normal, or what feels normal for 25% of the time. Be like, yeah, I worked really hard so that I can have this place to live and the electricity's on and the water runs and the car has gas and I can drive with all the insurance and everything's just good and I don't have to stress.
Or have dinner or, you know, all of the stupidness that makes everybody feel warm and fuzzy. All right, so Vention is here, and Vention gave us a $5 super chat.
Vention, my man, thank you. I appreciate you stopping by.
He says, happy 10K vindication for the hodlers.
Awesome. Yes. I mean, hopefully it's just beginning, right? Hopefully the party's just starting. I mean, it's been a long road, right? That's kind of undeniable at this point. No one thought it was going to last this long. So let's just hope it's slow and steady, not quick and done and over with. Let's hope it's not premature.
Okay, so Gene Baker is here. He says, I have everyone, and the bull continues tonight.
Gene Baker, my man. Awesome.
Oh, client is here. He said, did you recognize we're at $11,103 already today? So 11,000 party, not 10,000 party. Party starting.
Yep, that's what we've been talking about, is how we slid back to 10.5. Where do you think we're going to go from here? Are we going to consolidate? Are we going to fall backwards lower? Are we going to fall under 10? Am I going to wake up tomorrow and see a $9,300 Bitcoin again? So we got, I don't know if I really want to start it up again, but Libra, right? Facebook coin. We're talking about India. They're down on crypto. So they're saying no Libra coin over there. And that was kind of one of the jumping off points that people were expecting. So like I was saying, I want to see this coin up. I want to see 8 out of 10 people using this coin before I start to really waste any of my one. I only got 100% brain power. Why am I going to waste any of it thinking about this when it's probably not really going to happen? And if it does happen, how long is it going to take? What is the incentivization? Those are the real questions to actually help determine of what it's going to be and what it's going to do. And those questions haven't been answered yet. Right. So I think it's too early to start speculating about this.
I mean, I hope it does not work, but for other reasons other than its stable coinness. So, I mean, hey, whatever. It's going to be what it's going to be, but I don't know. Like you're saying, unless they really start, I mean, unless there's really some gigantic incentive kickback or something that they're, I mean, I don't see why anyone.
Well, I mean, I can see why emerging countries, you know, I can see why the people that are unbanked, I do see why there is a need, but it's the same need that we talk about with all of the cryptocurrencies. You know, it's not that it's specifically, it's just that Facebook will have access. They will have access via Facebook. People take Facebook seriously. That's the legitimacy part. That's where people are starting to look at Bitcoin. That's why people are thinking the pump may have possibly have, you know, hurdled us past the 10 and taking the escalator to 11.
I mean, I don't know. All right. Bitcoin Hunter says, I still think Bitcoin is undervalued. Client says, if you still have 100% brain power, don't waste anything on Facebook. Gene Baker says, I think Facebook Libra is history. Congress told Facebook to shelf it, and South Korea said no.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
India, I mean, really? So
yeah, there's been a bunch of backlash coming from different places, but they got money, you know, just because that's what they're saying now at the beginning doesn't mean that money can't be put in people's pocket to make things different.
Oh, yeah, I mean.
To sway the vote.
How do you think the Winkles have gotten, you know, I mean, yeah. When you have money, you can just keep revamping until they're like, oh, man, fine, you did all the checklist.
All right, well, if we move on a little bit here, remember that city we were talking about yesterday, that Riviera Beach, Florida, and we were saying we didn't know where it is? That's because it's down near Miami.
Okay.
So, like, 5-6 hour car drive away from us.
Yeah.
Well, they went and they paid that hack, right?
Oh, did they now?
They did, and nothing happened.
Oh.
So they're talking about spending like almost $1 million, like $900K to get some new computers.
Ain't that some shit?
Oh, well, I mean,
I know you put your faith in the hackers that stole your crap, and oh my God, you can't even trust the words of thieves now.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know why you would think that I don't know. I mean, if they're gonna hack your stuff, I'm not gonna give them $600,000, especially a Bitcoin, knowing that it's a one-way transaction and that they're probably gonna find a way to hide it.
Moment. It would have just been all right. Let's like figure out what buses we're gonna cut, or what school. Like, yep, and just no.
Yeah, I mean, they're just finding some backwater exchanges and coin joining and everything else under the sun to try to go ahead and make this stuff washed, so they can go ahead and start collecting some money on this.
Yeah, I'm sure it got sent to some exchange that has no KYC. That has something that they're like, yep, just some random.
Just 2 Bitcoin at a time, right through Binance.
All right, Paul Rouleau sent us a $10 super chat. He said $10 to celebrate 10K.
Oh, Paul Rouleau, I love you, my man. That's amazing.
Client says, what has South Korea to do with Zuckerberg? Is he a Korean spy? No. Well, I mean, technically we don't know who, what Zuckerberg is profiting off of, who he's selling our data to. But hey.
I just saw some of the memes I was seeing was funny, that people putting like the Trojan horse and him and the little changing his eyes out to Libra coin symbols and stuff. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just starting to get a little old here, but memes they're funny. It's funny stuff. All right. So I got one more little bit to talk about here. I mean, besides the price, that's all I really got for the news is Ample Fourth. All right. That coin that we were talking about, that like the number of coins starts fluctuating.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess it's been mistakenly called a stable coin, but it's not a stable coin. So I think I called it a stable coin too, but I think I listened to everybody else when they called it a stable coin. So I called it a stable coin.
Yeah.
But hey, that's how fun happens, right? Word of mouth, telephone game.
Yep. Somebody says it. It sounds like, oh yeah, that sounds like what? Yep. And then bam, everybody says it.
I guess they went ahead. They sold out 11 seconds, $5 million raised USD in their ICO, but I guess they're going to go back around at this, and they got another. Yeah, they're going to have a phase 2. They're going to throw up another 100,000 worth on June 27th. Last chance sale.
Bargain.
So I mean, I guess if you didn't get in on that and you're looking for all of that, I don't know. I never bought an ICO. Never plan on buying an ICO. But I thought this one's different. So, I mean, it's something to keep an eye on. Just like I've noticed a lot more talk and chatter happening about the other one that I tried to get in when they started really cracking down on having to prove that you had $1 million or more.
The Hydra hash?
Yeah, Hydra hash. I've been hearing a lot more coming out about that. So, I mean, it's just that when you have these other technologies, just like EOS, when EOS came out, you knew that there was going to be money to be made, especially if you got in at the ICO or earlier. I didn't buy in at the ICO.
Had the stages or phases, yeah.
I still didn't buy in EOS for some reason. I don't know if I'm just stupid for not buying into some of these altcoins, or if I really just got too much integrity. But I mean, you could tell that these projects are going to make money.
Yeah, but they're going to make money because they pretty much are centralized, and they pretty much are little,
they're going to make money because there's something different, and that's what attracts people. And when people start getting attracted to something that's a speculative asset, speculation is going to be driven up.
Okay. Shane Grady asks, what's better, Trezor or Ledger Nano?
I have never owned a Trezor. So I had a Keep Key in the beginning, and I broke the damn thing. And then I got 2 Ledger Nano S's, and that's what I've been using ever since.
Yeah.
I don't have the X, so I couldn't tell you about that one either. But, I mean, I like my Ledger. I find it easy to use. I like the Ledger Live. I just did the update they had recently. So, no problems on my end with it. Never lost any cryptocurrency. Never had a problem with it. I find the fact that you can go and find a YouTube video on anything you're trying to do, because I've talked to a lot of people through the help desk, and it's like people have recommended, oh, you should make YouTube videos on how to do this. And why? There's 100 of them on everything that you're already trying to do. Just
Yeah.
find which one's good, and I recommend that one to other people instead of trying to go recreate something that's already recreated. I mean, I figured that just getting out here and trying to do my weekly video, because talking in the present moment about Bitcoin is what's going to help get other people to realize that we're talking about Bitcoin for a reason, and then them want to join the conversation. Because that's really what we're doing here, right? Is we're talking about Bitcoin. We're all in it. We all know that it's part of the future. And as soon as other people can start understanding what we understand, the world's going to change. The revolution is afoot.
Yes. It's some common sense to me. Like so yeah.
It is common sense, but the problem is that when you're wandering in the dark, right, and you don't know what's happening, you just know. And I remember being there, working 60 hours a week at the factory, trying to figure out why this isn't working for me, trying to save, trying to do all of this stuff like that, doing what I was told. Went back to college when I was 26 years old. Because people said that, oh, you're not making money because you didn't go to college. You got to go to college to make money. Well, I mean, now I'm just $20,000 in debt, and that didn't help me at all. It's just, there's one thing between what you're spoon-fed in school and what everyone tells you in society and what's really happening. And until someone can go out there and show you the light that, look, all of this is because of this, and they can pull back the mask, and they can pull back the curtain and show you that the Wizard of Oz is not this mystical creature. The dollar is a sham. There's a lot of gold out there in the world. Digital Bitcoin is the future.
Okay. So JA is here. He says, retirement, you've worked hard. Don't risk everything. Hedge with BSV. BTC.
Let me get $200 of that, right? Just in case. Hey, I mean, I don't remember which country it was. I posted it to my Twitter, but the guy called them Satoshi. They gave him a little written document and a plaque saying that he was the creator of Bitcoin.
Shut your face. Shut your face. Okay, so BTC.
Don't get us sued now, okay, Samantha? We don't have much, but he'll take it.
Allegedly nothing, and allegedly no. Okay, so Bitcoin Moon Guy says, integrity you have, stay away from alts. And Shane Grady asks security purposes on the Trezor or the Nano. I have heard that Trezor has a lot of like extra added security stuff, but I don't actually know.
I don't know, because I think I have heard that they both have the same things now, where if you put in the wrong password, they open up fake wallets that say no balance.
I don't.
I mean, they're both the whole, if you could get your hands on them, you know, they got all of that, tapping into them with the wires and checking the voltage and the circuits and getting a wire that's like an antenna that's real close and all these other things.
Which has only happened a handful of times.
No, it's never happened. It's like in test case situations.
Yes, in the controlled, yes.
Yeah.
The labs or the whatever.
I mean, I think the Ledger is cheaper. So as the miser in me, I think I'm going to say, I mean, I'm biased though, because I've never owned the Trezor, so I've never really used it, so I can't say. But I mean, the Ledger is cheaper. The Ledger works for me. So,
yeah, I mean,
if you're asking me what my opinion is, 2 thumbs up, right? I mean, it's keeping my cryptocurrency safe.
I think they're pretty, I think it's pretty equal. I mean, I think it's kind of just, you know, like, are you an Apple or are you a Microsoft? Or, you know, like, you know, which one are you?
Yeah, because I'm sure if you started asking like Adam Meister, he's going to tell you that the Trezor is the best way to go. And
oh yeah, because I think that's where I'm thinking I've heard most of my Trezor knowledge is through like Adam's little rants and rambles. So yeah. Gene Baker says, I have already made 6 different wallets with my one Nano S. Think it's great. All right. Venton Aziri says, no doubt higher education isn't necessarily a way to earn more. That's one of the many red pills that exist in the world. The monetary system is another red pill. The cancer industry is another.
Yeah, I mean, I was building aircraft parts, right? I was an RTM technician, and I mean, I was making okay money, and it was just like I was never going to make any more. You know, I mean, I was looking at people that were been in the same business for 10 years, and they were only making like $2 more an hour than me. You know, and they were like quartering them nickel and dime, you know, every year, 6 months, here's 20 cents, you know, minimum wage is catching up on them. And it was, well, I got to do something. And then it was also about what it was same time, all 10 years ago or whatever, when the entire market started coming down and everything. And aircrafts, like, luckily, I left it at that right exact moment because people stopped buying aircraft. Lockheed canceled all their contracts with Matrix Composite, which is the company I was working for. And North Grumman started cutting back too. So they were starting to lay off, and it was fine because I left the company and I went back to school and started taking part-time jobs at Subway and Phantom Fireworks and stuff like that so that I could go to school. No, I mean, I gained a lot of knowledge. Like, my communicational skills of reading and writing improved better than what they were in high school from it. But besides that, I did get a little bit more tech skills. But going and finding a job after that, they were telling me that I needed to intern pretty much, or I needed to relocate for a job that was also going to start me off the same wages I was already making as an RTM technician. So at that point, it was like, well, I'm 27 years old and have a family. I can't just internship. I need a paycheck weekly because I have to pay my bills. So I fell back into the same old regular wine and grind and started becoming an aluminum contractor, putting on hurricane shutters because they paid me $100 a day to step out on the 5th-story window.
Yeah, on some angel wing crap. That stuff is just stupid. 2x4s and a freaking wedge is not something you're supposed. Whatever. Okay, continuing. Whew. All right. BTC Moon Guy says Trezor. Paul Rillo says I have an Ellipal, ELLIPAL. Though I haven't set it up yet, you're supposed to be able to exchange tokens on the device. That's kind of cool sounding.
I mean, I have seen a lot of different things that are supposedly coming down the pipeline with like better keypads built into them,
right,
and better screens. I mean, it just, what are you willing to spend? Do some of your own personal research. Any type of hardware wallet, I'm sure, is going to do you just fine, right? Because I'm sure that if they're out there in the market, everyone's using them, that they're working well enough where unless somebody's getting their hands on your device, you're pretty safe, my man. And you just got to, you know, I hide mine, you know, it's not in a safe. It's literally hidden. So
Benjamin says that he loves his Trezor. The hidden seed word feature makes it safe to keep my cold storage in the safe deposit box at the bank. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's what are you looking for it to do? Because they are both very good, and I think they have enough security that you shouldn't really have to worry about security on them. Just, you know, do you like that it does this?
I mean, that's why I keep two. And I mean, you know, some people have asked me that. I keep two because one is actually the retirement fund and it is put away and I do not pull it out very often. And the other one, like, I pull it out, it's my hot wallet. Like, that is where I keep my cryptocurrency, is on my ledger. It is in the drawer nearby. I pull it out, I plug it in, I transfer Bitcoin and Ethereum. I mean, I used to be almost daily. Now we're looking at probably weekly. I do little transactions here and there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, maybe you might want to look at getting two different devices.
Okay. So we are at 7:35. 5 minutes over, bro.
I don't have any more news. I love answering questions. I'm always a lot more, I like it when I'm asked things. You know, if you're asking me something, I can give you answers on my own. What do I talk about? I'm very quiet and passive aggressive, and I like to see what just happens and let things unfold in front of me. You know, I'm not one to insert myself into a situation. So, I mean, that's why I always say that you guys here in the chat are one of the most important part, because, you know, I've actually brought Samantha along here to be able to help bring you to light, because as you ask me questions, it makes the show better, because the questions you're asking is the same thing that we're all thinking, right? We all have a lot of the same questions. I just happened to have been here for 3 years. I sat quietly on the sidelines for a year, getting as much cryptocurrency education as I possibly could before I started coming to air, because Bitcoin did a lot for me and I want to keep giving back to it. That's why we got the free help desk. You can hit me up on Twitter. There's a link down below to follow me for that. There's also some other social media. I've been using Facebook recently as a backup because of the strikes from YouTube. There's also a link to that. And I'm back to posting on Steemit, and there's also a link to that down below. So if you come by any of those, give me the thumbs up, the like, the share. They all help out the channel. They spread awareness.
All right, we're good.
We're good?
Yep.
All right, you guys. I want you guys to go out there and have a great evening. I want you to take care of each other. I want you to keep your fingers crossed that we consolidate and move upwards. And remember to keep your BTC safe.
Bye, guys.